This morning, yet another disturbing video showing yet another scare in the air. Passengers on board a Delta flight from L.A. to Atlanta pinning a man down after the airline says an off-duty Delta flight attendant tried to take control of the plane's PA system.
And next thing I knew, there were people rushing up to the front, and he started shoving people, and it was this outrageous fight.
The captain took to the intercom asking passengers to help.
We'd like all strong males to the front of the aircraft to handle the problem passenger.
Air traffic control then diverted the flight to Oklahoma City Friday night, where police took the passenger into custody. It's just the latest incident involving what the FAA says is a surge in bad behavior in the skies. Earlier this month, another Delta passenger was arrested after reportedly attempting to breach the cockpit. And on this Southwest flight from Sacramento to San Diego in late May, a passenger punched a flight attendant, causing her to lose 2 teeth.
Passengers are behaving belligerently. They are becoming aggressive, hostile. They are verbally abusive, and oftentimes they've been violent.
The FAA now says it has nearly 3,000 reports of unruly passenger behavior already this year, 2,100 of those involving passengers who are refusing to comply with the FAA mask mandate.
The FAA has a zero-tolerance policy for people who behave badly on airplanes.
This morning, the agency is taking action with a new round of fines. A passenger fined $15,500 for ignoring at least 10 requests from the crew to wear a mask properly and drinking alcohol not served by the airline. A New York to Cancun passenger fined $10,500 for being so disruptive when asked to wear a mask. The flight was diverted to Fort Lauderdale.
If you break these rules, put others at risk, and impact their travel plans, we'll prosecute to the fullest extent of the law.
What's with all the rage, everybody? Hello, happy Monday. What's with all the rage? What is with all the rage? We're supposed to be raging against the machine, not each other, okay? This makes no sense to me, okay? This makes no sense to me. I know my seat can be used as a flotation device, but is the tray table detachable so I could use it as a shield? Holy crap, there's so much hatred in this country. You forget a mask. You're going to have to wear a helmet when you fly. Forget a mask. We're going to have to dress up like hockey freaking players. This is tragic. This is unbelievable. It used to be that if you volunteered to sit at the emergency exit, it meant you were agreeing to help other passengers, not that you wanted access to open the door in flight. Holy crap, man. I want all able-bodied, strong men to come to the front. That's sexist, by the way. But, I mean, and also, there was road rage this weekend. I don't know if you heard this story or not. But there was a Black Lives Matter protest in Minneapolis for a man named Winston Smith. Apparently his mother loved Orwell. His name was Winston Smith, and he was killed by police. And so there was a Black Lives Matter group on the street in Minneapolis. And some idiot decided to drive their car into the protesters. Now, here in Florida, our Republican governor has passed a law that says that if you want to, you can do that. You can use your car as a weapon of war, and you can drive into protesters if they're blocking passage, and you become annoyed. I mean, Republicans are just encouraging all this rage. They are encouraging so much hostility and frustration. And another thing, do you think this will make it better or worse? Okay, pretend you're at the optometrist, okay? Better or worse? Better or worse? So if you live in Alaska, Iowa, Missouri, or Mississippi, you got your last enhanced unemployment check this weekend. Better or worse? Better or worse? If you live in Alabama, Idaho, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, West Virginia, or Wyoming, your last enhanced unemployment check will be this weekend. Wait a minute, Randy. I thought the CARES Act extended unemployment benefits through September to give us all a chance to get vaccinated so that we would have child care, elder care. Remember all that? Yeah, no, not these states. These states have decided, screw you, we're cutting you off. We're cutting you off. We can't find cheap labor. We need cheap labor. And we need you to go back to work at your cheap labor job that doesn't even cover the cost of living in Oklahoma. And we're seeing all this rage, and it's being stoked and encouraged by the GOP. Oh, you're upset? You're upset about a mask mandate? We're with you. Go ahead and knock out a flight attendant's teeth. Oh, you're upset? You're upset because people are talking about the violence that happened against police officers on January 6th, but you think Black Lives Matter sucks? Drive your car into them. Go ahead. We'll give you immunity because you were annoyed. Go ahead, punch them in the face. Remember the good old days when you could punch someone in the face? I swear to God, the cases of cars being mowed into protesters, it's always progressive protesters being targeted by the right-wing motorists. This started with Heather Heyer in Charleston, okay? This started with the Jews will not replace us crowd. I don't even know why they want guns when they have cars. The cars, they do the same damn thing, except cars, I guess, have to be licensed and insured. And guns don't, so it's still preferable. But every attempt to rein in gun violence, and man, we're having some gun violence too. That was just the obvious one to start with, is the massive amount of gun violence this particular weekend. We've had 272 mass shootings this year. We've had 3,000 air rage incidents, 3,000 air rage incidents, 272 mass shootings. I mean, that doesn't even, tell you that there's been 8,000 gun deaths. But we only count mass shootings as 3 or more, not including the shooter. So, everybody in West Palm Beach, we just missed it last week. We just missed it. Yeah, there was a shooting in a public supermarket in West Palm Beach last week that didn't even make the mass shooting scale, didn't even, make national news. And, it's only because they shot grandma. Yeah, they shot grandma and her grandson. Yeah, they shot the toddler. And they shot the toddler first. And grandma lost her mind and went after the shooter, and then the shooter shot grandma in a Publix, in a supermarket. But this weekend, we had shootings all over the place. We just had another one in Atlanta. I just learned that there was 2 15-year-olds that shut up the Atlanta mall, a mall in Atlanta, and took out a security guard also. I mean, this is just like so unbelievable. This is amazing. But we had last week, we had a couple in Miami, right? We had a couple of mass shootings in Miami. West Palm. This weekend, 10 were killed, 50 were injured, including an 18-month-old, a 4-year-old, all over the country. Washington State, Georgia, 8 in Savannah, North Carolina. Savannah, that's an 18-month-old was killed there. North Carolina, Austin, Dallas. Dallas is where the 4-year-old was killed. Illinois, Ohio, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. A 6 and an 8-year-old in Cincinnati. What's with all the freaking, and by the way, Saturday was the 5th anniversary of the 49 killed at the Pulse nightclub. But then any random day in America is probably the anniversary of some mass deadly shooting.